We are at our Penthouse project in downtown Toronto. This project was for a high-profile client of ours, and the main goal of creating this space and decorating this space was to create a warm and inviting atmosphere, even though we are in a very high-rise condo with very tall ceilings and a lot of glass, and everything felt kind of cold and stark originally before we came in. So we added tons of textures, tons of materials, and layered with as many organic elements as we possibly could to create the feeling that we have here. In this living room, the client really wanted a cozy, comfortable sofa. So we chose the cloud couch, and to kind of add different depths and elements to the space, we layered textures. So we've got a marble table, we have a boucle rug, and then an important thing to kind of do to play around with the space is in adding antiques throughout. So incorporating new with the old kind of creates an extra element of playfulness in the space. The view is such a beautiful aspect of this penthouse. So we decided to, instead of having a large TV covering the view, we created a custom media console where the TV actually lifts out. And another feature that I love about this space is this antique safari chair. It was inspired by an outdoor foldable chair in the 1930s. It's really nice to mix organic elements, different pieces from different times in history. I love mixing modern pieces with antiques, and it just kind of creates more character and a feeling of just like a more comfortable atmosphere. In this piece, we mix different tones of wood. There's also metal features and really unique pulls. So we really wanted this to feel like a furniture piece on its own and kind of like a media cabinet on its own. We didn't want it to feel like a cover for the TV. This piece really adds a custom element to the entire floor. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful feature that the eye is drawn to, but not too much to the point where you notice a TV in the space. We have incorporated these custom linen window coverings throughout the entire home. So we have them in the bedrooms as well as the office. And then we have actually these beautiful 21-foot coverings in the living space, which adds a lot of warmth to the very cold and tall, stark space. For this dining set, we wanted something that felt sophisticated, that still kind of played off of the organic elements in the space. So we have this beautiful chandelier that kind of looks like branches. We've got this round edge dark wood table, and then we've got the comfortable, cozy, but still very clean dining room chairs. So the kitchen was the original design to the penthouse, but we wanted to add a few features in the space to make it more custom to the client. So a really cool feature are these custom pulls that we had made. This is actually the refrigerator. So this kitchen originally had silver builder grade handles, and we had these bespoke handles made. And another really beautiful feature is this faucet. So it was actually an unlacquered brass faucet before, and then we had it brought in and refinished. It's kind of now like a worn oil rubbed bronze look, and it just adds additional character to the space. This video is sponsored by Travail by Spaces by Jack Flash. We import stone, ancient pottery, and antiques from all over the world. We have incorporated our Travail by Spaces by Jack Flash split face travertine stone in both the wine cellar, in the dry landscape garden ledge, and we also featured our ancient pottery throughout the rest of this penthouse. We hope that you enjoy the rest of this video. This wine cellar was something that the client really wanted us to incorporate. Before the renovation, this was just a blank open space, and they had staged it with a console table, but we really wanted to create that custom look in the penthouse. So we added this wine cellar with custom glass doors. And then if you see, the organic split-face travertine stone is such a beautiful feature. And then we had these custom shelves made as well. I also love the LED lighting at the bottom of the shelves, which kind of, in the evening, it creates warmth, it creates kind of like a really cool atmosphere. One of our favorite features of the space is the dry landscape garden that sits underneath the stairs. So the trunk is actually real, and then we had silk leaves put on it so that there's zero upkeep for the client. We incorporated a ledge with the same split-face travertine stone as the wine cellar. And then we really love the moss, the stones, and the large rocks. And then just to add a really warm element, we added this globe. And on this wall, we also had a micro cement just to add a texture to the rest of the space. This floating bar is also a really beautiful conversation starter. So our client wants to host a lot. So having a space where people can stand around, talk, sit if they'd like, and make their own drinks was really important to him as well. The bar curves with the exact curves of the window, and we wanted to add privacy for the client, but we again did not want to obstruct the view. So having all of the shelves with the view behind, but nobody can see through, so he can spend time in this area and still feel private in his home. This room was originally designed to be an additional bedroom in the space, but our client really wanted a gaming room. So we made the space to be a gaming room, an office, and just knowing that he's gonna spend a lot of time here, we wanted it to feel warm, cozy, again, serene, and just a space that makes him, clear his mind, look at the beautiful view. So what we decided to do with the design of this room was to add dark elements and lots of textures again. So this is a beautiful dark blue limewash wall. These doors were originally the condo's plain glass doors. So we had this brushed stainless aluminum panel put on the doors to make the space feel more custom again. And then added kind of like a daybed feature as well, so that the client can have guests over if he needs to. And yeah, he's definitely gonna be spending a lot of time in here. This powder room, we did not have to change too much in here. We didn't want to spend too much of the budget, so we kept the existing vanity. We swapped out the faucet for a more custom one in a gunmetal shade. And we did a half wall of this beautiful clay tile. And then from half of the way up, we did an antiqued landscape mural that just kind of adds extra character and texture. This is one of our ancient vessels from Travai by Spaces by Jack Flash. The vessels that we carry are imported from Turkey, and some of them are up to 900 years old. They are, of course, all one of a kind, handmade, and they're beautiful collection pieces. This is the first thing that you see when you walk into the condo, so it was really important for us to kind of have it feel the same way that the rest of the space does, just so that it all ties in together. We had this custom mirror made, and it has all these organic shapes, again, tying into the organic nature of the rest of the penthouse. We have Travai by Spaces by Jack Flash ancient vessel that frames the rest of the vignette, and a beautiful boucle bench just so that he can sit, put his shoes on. It's a great intro to the space. Limewash is one of the most important aspects in this entire project. Limewash is a natural paint technique that we use, and it adds a lot of interest to the space. It is made with no chemicals, and it's actually a really big trend right now, but it's a very old technique. Our client really wanted a large king-size bed. Because this wall is smaller, we had custom nightstands made. Our client really wanted a really large, beautiful chandelier in the space, so we brought in a really beautiful crystal round chandelier. And finally, to bring everything together and add more organic elements, we added this boho lab rug. And then to top off the bed, we added linen beddings. We are in the guest bedroom right now, and we had a walnut headboard added with 2 beautiful patinaed copper pendants that hang on either side of the bed. These are really cool because they are put on a switch that each has their own remote. So if you have 2 people in the bed, one's reading, you can just turn on one of the pendants and adjust the lighting from here if you want it lighter or darker. And again, we have the Limewash, which just creates a textural element. I love this color. It's kind of like a gray, blue-green. It reminds me of water, and it kind of gives that organic feeling throughout. Thank you for joining us in our Penthouse project tour. I can't wait to show you the next project, and we will see you soon.